Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video on my channel. Winter is finally back. So last night I used this setup a bit for astrophotography, so tonight it will be even colder, so the temperatures might drop to -10 degrees Celsius, but that is the best time for me to do deep sky astrophotography. So I really like capturing deep sky objects in these cold, long winter nights. So as you can see, my astrophotography setup is still frozen, but tonight I would like to capture another object with this astrophotography setup. This video is all about the ZWO ASI533MC Pro. So if you're planning to buy this camera for astrophotography, this video will be quite helpful to you, because in this video I'm planning to use this camera for deep sky astrophotography. So I'll guide you through the process of capturing a deep sky object with this camera tonight. So tonight there will be no clouds, so I can capture all night long, which means I can capture around 10 hours of total exposure time tonight, which is great, and that's why I like these long, cold winter nights. So tonight I'm planning to capture a deep sky object with this camera. So I'm really looking forward to using this camera tonight for astrophotography. So join me for a new night of astrophotography from my backyard. Before introducing the equipment and before talking about the plans for tonight, I would like to mention that this video is not sponsored and I'm not being paid for it, and all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. But now, let's start. So the object I'm planning to capture tonight is a relatively big object in the night sky. It's quite famous in the hobby of astrophotography because a lot of people are capturing this object right now, and I'm planning to do that myself as well. This object is relatively big, which means I have to use a wide field telescope. That's why I decided to use the ASCAR ASQ-A55 telescope for tonight. So this is the telescope that I'm planning to use for tonight. The tracking mount I'll be using is the HQ5 Pro go-to mount, which is a bit too big for this telescope, but that's definitely not a problem. And for controlling the entire setup, I'm using the ZWO ASI533MC Pro, which is this small Ash computer, and on the top I'll be using a guiding system. So it's a 16mm guide scope and the ZWO ASI120mm mini mono guiding camera. The main camera I'm planning to use is the ZWO ASI533MC Pro, as I have already mentioned. So this is actually the entire setup. Right here at the back I've attached a 2-inch UV-ER cut filter, which is very important when using this camera for astrophotography. So this is the setup that I'm planning to use for tonight. So I'm planning to capture the very big object tonight. I'm planning to capture around 7 hours of total exposure time of this object tonight, and then I'm planning to switch to the Orion constellation in order to capture another object, and then I'm planning to capture in 2 days this object once again in order to achieve a total exposure time of 7 to 10 hours. So that should be great in order to capture an amazing image of the object I've planned to capture. You can't believe how happy I am that winter is finally back. I really like these long, cold winter nights because the seeing is usually quite good, and on the other side I can collect a lot of exposure time. I mean, in summer, a normal night I can collect, let's say, 3 hours of total exposure time, but in these long winter nights I can collect, let's say, 10 hours of total exposure time, which is great. I would like doing astrophotography in these cold winter nights. So last night I've already used this setup for astrophotography. It was very, very cold, but tonight the temperatures might drop even further, so to around -10 degrees Celsius. So my setup is still frozen from last night, so tonight it will be even more challenging for me, or for this setup, to capture images. So much said about the equipment that I'm planning to use for tonight. I have used the setup last night, therefore I have already done the polar alignment process, so later I only have to check whether the polar alignment process is still quite good, and then we can directly start capturing images of the object I've planned to capture for tonight. So this is everything I've planned to mention, so see you later. So I've already done the polar alignment process and the telescope is now already in focus. So now the last thing that we have to do is to point the telescope to the object that we are planning to capture tonight. So this is what we'll be doing right now. So now let's go to the object. And now let's switch to go to now. So now the telescope is moving to the object that we're planning to capture. So I really hope that we can collect a very long exposure time tonight. Honestly, it's very cold out here, so the temperatures might drop to -10 degrees Celsius tonight. So I really hope that I can capture some amazing images tonight. Here we go. I really hope that the telescope is in focus. So I have already focused the telescope, but I really hope that it's really good in focus. So now the telescope or the camera is capturing an image of the deep sky object in order to check whether the object is really centered in the framing. And let's check whether, and as you can see now, the telescope is recentering the object in order to really center the object in the field of view. Here we go. The object is centered. Now we can start the guiding. Let's turn on the guiding. Now the guide scope is just guiding, and now I'm planning to cool down the camera to the temperature I would like to use. Cooling turned on, minus 20 degrees Celsius. So right now the sensor is at minus 5 degrees Celsius without cooling, so as you can see it's very cold out here. So it will be even colder later on. Now let's capture a 10-second exposure in order to see whether the telescope is in focus or not. So it looks like the stars are very sharp, which means I can start imaging. So tonight I'm planning to use a single exposure time of 5 minutes, which should be great in order to achieve great images of this object. So that's actually everything I've planned to mention so far. So this is definitely the plan for tonight, so we'll see us tomorrow when taking a closer look at the images I've captured. So wish me luck, and we'll see us tomorrow. In the course of multiple nights, I was able to collect in total exposure time of almost 12 hours of the object I've planned to capture. So I've collected data of this object for multiple nights because I was not able to collect an exposure time that was long enough in just one night. So I ended up collecting data over multiple nights. At this point, I would also like to thank a friend of mine who helped me with editing the image. I will also link his channel down below in the video description. So I had a lot of problems by editing the image, so it was very challenging for me to really bring out the details and the colors in the image, and therefore it was definitely great that he helped me by editing this image. And I really like this image, and it's definitely one of the best images I've ever captured so far. Each single image has an exposure time of 5 minutes, so I've collected multiple shorter exposure times and then I've stacked them and combined them in order to achieve the total exposure time of almost 12 hours. If you have any further questions about the image I've captured, about the data, or about the equipment I've used, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments, and I will definitely help you and I will definitely answer your questions. If you would like to further support me, you can now become a member of my channel. Becoming a member of my channel would really support me, and your support really means a lot to me. If this video was interesting and helpful to you, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, clear skies, Felix.